States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Okay, all my board of directors got a copy of the minutes and their emails and so forth. Is there any corrections that we need to do to that? If not, then I move that the minutes be approved as they were sent out. A second on that. Marjorie Ellison seconds that. Okay. Correspondence. Oh, can I have a vote on those minutes? Okay, it's all in favor. Thank you. Boy, it seems a whole lot different being outside than it does inside. Maybe we should do this more often. Okay, approval of minutes. Another? Not approval of minutes, but correspondence. Guys, I haven't had a cup of coffee this morning.
Am I reading this thing on the big row? Big T-ball?
The room?
The what?
Yeah, it was sent.
Yep, okay.
It was sent to the PC.
This is from Dick Treble.
There we go.
Treble. Excuse me.
Hey, you gotta talk louder, I can't handle it.
It's loud here.
We can't hear anything out here.
Anyway, use this mic, it seems to
Well, this one, I can talk louder. It's gonna be blaring. All right. Thank you, Mark, for speaking with me on Monday. You sure have your hands full. If you ever find the time, I would love to sit with you and just shoot the breeze about Brookridge. It has been a very difficult decision to cancel our Thursday night shows for October, November, and December. I know how much our residents love the shows, and I know many need an outlet at this time. We will miss seeing what takes place by January 2021. As we discussed, we are going to ask if we could do our show outdoors, much like an outdoor concert. After speaking to many, including Hernando County Health Commission, we have decided to just cancel. We have our residents' health in our minds at all times. We also discussed security and the current BCPO website. I have seen in the security and private investigation I have been in the security and private investigation business for over 38 years. Licensed professional security. At one time, my company had over 443 uniformed licensed security officers on the street, in high-rise buildings, and even in the CDC in Atlanta. We also have armed security officers. I have held training classes, been a weapons instructor, and managed the criminal background division of our company. I was the Director of Investigations, VP and CFO for that company. I've been asked by no less than 4 people to give the board an exact difference between what we have and what we could have with uniformed, licensed professional security by hiring a good company to take over our security. They would report directly to the board and the general manager. I have never felt it was my place to offer that unless asked. If you would want someone to meet with me, I will be available. As to the website, take a look at www.brookridgegolf.com. I built the first one in 2014 and have now upgraded this. I am almost done. The BCPO website needs some, quote, modern, unquote, work to be done. The webmaster I use for the golf course only charges us $15 a month, and we can make up to 3 changes each month. It may be a little more for the BCPO, but not much. Thanks again, Dick. This is from the Marine Corps League. To whom it may concern, the residents of Brookridge are invited to attend the Flea and Farmers Market held by the Marine Corps League 708 on the 5th of September from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Marine Corps League is located at 8405 Sunshine Grove Road. If you have questions, please contact Sandra Krieger, and her number is 813-714-9311. Thank you for supporting the community by supporting this local nonprofit veterans organization. The next one is from Patrona Truman. BCPO Board of Directors, subject Brookridge News and Views. I was approached by Mr. David Fagan stating that the Finance Committee would like to see more revenue from the news and views ads come to the Brookridge, a great share of advertising dollars. At this time, Brookridge receives $1,000 per year from the printer Design Graphics. We would like to form an ad hoc committee to research the increasing in the news and views revenue. I have spoke with Mr. Dick Terrio, Mr. Ron Ross, Ms. Linda S. Hartnett, and they are willing to serve on this committee. Mr. Dave Fagan would be willing to serve as an advisor on the committee. Respectfully submitted, Patrona.
Okay, Ian, thank you for those, the correspondence readings. Now, I'm going to read my President's report. The Board of Directors wants to thank everyone in our community for being patient with us during the clubhouse renovations. The floors were started yesterday, and Vince and his crew have worked very hard getting everything ready for the contractors. Our ad hoc committee has done a great job getting the contractors together in order to expedite the work at the clubhouse. We have also had several members who have gone out to other members' homes and mowed their lawns and helped remove shrubs. I want to thank them for their help in helping others. Remember, we are a community who cares for our neighbors. If you see a neighbor whose yard needs to be cut or getting out of control, just go knock on their door and ask them if they need help. It couldn't hurt. You can email us at bod@brookridge.com or call code enforcement, and they will get the information to us. Now back to the clubhouse. Providing nothing goes wrong with the floors, the clubhouse should be able to be reopened to small clubs, Tuesday night bingo, in just a few more weeks. We request the clubs follow CDC guidelines. The community had 179 people who went out for the COVID-19 testing last week. Again, the Board of Directors have helped out so much to take the load off our staff in the admin office. I personally want to thank Rich Stratton, Ann Nutter, and Margie Ellison for helping out in the administration office. Please, if you have any questions or concerns, drop them off in the mail slot to the right of the door at the office, and I or a board member will get back with you. I also want to thank all that worked with Dennis Beaudoin on the Finance Committee on getting us a budget for the community. In my opinion, they went above and beyond in getting us a great budget. Also, a special thanks to Rosemary Bisteria for helping Dennis Beaudoin on the budget. I and the board wish you all well and be safe. Mark A. Keller. Okay, unfinished business. I think. Rich, do you have that?
No, just
update on the clubhouse.
Just Mr. President, the update. The company's in there right now taking care of. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It carries pretty well.
As you can see, the trucks are outside for the floor company. Besco's here. The one air conditioner is in already. We're working on number 2, all new ducting. And I'm waiting for the electric company to come out and finish up the electrical system whenever he gets in. Other than that, we're looking good. The new floor should be up and ready to run. Hope by the 15th of the month, we'll be looking good. If in doubt, you want to see the floor, if you have a chance, stop by your local Publix. When you're pushing your shopping cart, look down. That's all you gotta do. You see the floor. There are about 45 Publix throughout the Florida area. I talked to the people at Publix, the manager, and he has no problems at all. Great operation. Thank you very much.
Okay, new business, Finance Committee report, Dennis.
Thank you, Mark. First off, just want to say thank you to the Finance Committee, the 2020 Finance Committee. We began our work at the end of May, beginning of June, and worked diligently for about 3 months up until this past Thursday to put together the budget that I'm about to present to the board. We met weekly. There was lots of very rich discussion back and forth, and we believe that we have come up with something workable for the community, especially taking into consideration our recent bout with COVID, increased prices that everybody's experiencing, and again, we think we've got something that is in the best interest of the Brookridge community. So without further ado, I'll pass those out.
Thank you, sir.
There's a question about whether we need a motion on this. My understanding was this is just a presentation of the budget to the board. The board will in fact vote on this at the Wednesday night general meeting. So at this point, what I thought I would do is just walk through it at a very high level with you. The board has received the budget and lots of documentation behind it to explain kind of what went into all of this. So Rosemary, guide me again on the proper procedure for this. I believe I just covered the front page with everyone. Is that correct? Okay. So this is the Brookridge Community Property Owners, Inc. 2021 proposed budget and reserve funding. The first thing at the top of the page is we are proposing no increase in the assessment fee for 2021. It will remain at $45 per lot per month or $540 per lot per year. The department breakdown requirements, administration's budget, $424,700. Facilities, $299,250. Public Works, $236,000, thank you, and $400. Code enforcement, $350,500 for a subtotal of $1,310,850. Estimated other income sources, landscaping income,
Hey, can I call you back?
$21,600. Collections and fines estimated income, $77,700. Administration income, $96,750. And we're proposing additional income that the committee researched of $44,400, giving us a subtotal of $240,450 of other income sources. We project no budget carryover in funds this year. So the total operating expenses come out to $1,070,400. Reserve funding plan calls for 2021 calls for $447,200. That is a total association requirements of $1,517,600, which when rounded becomes $45 a month.
Okay, Denny, thank you very much. Report of Directors, Ms. Nutter.
First of all, I'd like to mention our president, Mark Keller, for getting the virus, the Cobra virus test for us free in our community. I think that's amazing. We had over 175 residents take the test. I don't know how he did it, but I went up to the medical center and they told us no. Also, I'd like to mention the two women in the office again. They are taking on a tremendous amount of work. I'm in the office a lot. Rich is, and Margie as well. And it's kind of a thankless job, but you people as residents, you should, when the doors are open again and you folks can go in there, you should go in there and thank these ladies for taking on added responsibility, with the help of the board, of course, and thank them for filling in. We don't have a GM, we don't have a bookkeeper, and those ladies are taking on. And as well, we have Norma from Code Enforcement stepping up as well. I'd like to thank Barbara Nichols, who resigned from the unit reps, for her service. It's sad to see her go, but I'm sure she has other obligations or desires. The Clubhouse, just to let all the residents know, we are on the right track. Whew. Miracle, but we are on the right track. Be patient. We're hoping to be done, and maybe mid-month, third week of the month of September, and hopefully everybody will be happy and the Clubhouse again will be safe. That's our main concern. I know you people are upset that it's closed, the library's closed, the computer and the activities, but believe us, on the board, we are looking for the safety of the residents. We don't want a lawsuit. We don't want anybody hurt. And again, I just want to say, be strong for our community. Help us, lend a helping hand, give somebody your ear if somebody needs a conversation. Be kind. This is a tough time in the economy and in our community. I consider us family in this community, and we need to make sure that we are helping people that can't get out, that are having problems now. Take it upon yourself to look around and see who's less fortunate than yourself. And one other thing I want to say is that Mark has been working with Code Enforcement, and Rich has been the phone man, probably going to start calling him Jerry Lewis, for going around, and people now, when they get a infraction, minor infraction with grass and weed whacking and whatnot, as the board, we are giving them a courtesy call. We are trying to right the wrongs. It's taken time, but our fearless leader, Mark Keller, is amazing. And we should all be thankful that he's in the position he is in.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
And before I ask Rosemary Basteri to give her director's report, I want to thank her for stepping up to the plate and taken over the liaison for the beautification committee and the bingo. Thank you, Rosemary.
I really haven't got much to report, but with Rich Stratton and K.O. Cora, we're working on something for Veterans Day. I haven't got it put together yet, but as far as I know, we're planning a golf cart parade and some kind of ceremony outside before the parade starts. I'm going to try to get together with Sandy Kalisak of the music is to see if we can do a little musical program. But I will let you all know when it's all set.
Thank you, Rosemary. Now, Margie, do you have anything?
Good morning. I had a very adventuresome month last month, and I wanted to also add my eternal gratitude to Vivian and Arlene, who do so very much. You never truly appreciate, I think, the work people do unless you get the opportunity to actually walk a mile in their shoes. I got that opportunity early this month, and believe me, Vivian truly is the goddess of wisdom and knowledge. I find it amazing the breadth and depth of the calls and the compassion that these ladies show for our folks, and we are very lucky to have them. I learned lots though, and I'm hoping that having had the opportunity to do that, that if they need me, they'll whistle. But the other thing I wanted to mention is next month I may not be as visible as I normally am. My partner is having some surgery at the end of the month, so if you don't see me and you need me for something, I will have my cell phone on, but I may not be in the park. So I'll be doing a little more traveling back and forth to Tampa. The other thing I wanted to mention is one of the things we noticed most over the last month, and this is something Rich has run into and I've run into personally, is that we need you folks to do us a favor. Could you please help us update our records? We do not have phone numbers that are current for many of our residents here in the park, and it's important for things like wellness checks or, Rich trying to contact you in case there's a problem with your property or somebody has an emergency. We really do need to have updated phone records, and to be very honest, we don't. So if you have changed your phone number in the last couple of years or you're not sure, could you please drop us a note, send us an email, drop by the office. One of your friendly greeter people will be glad to take down the information, and that will help us get our records updated. So thank you very much, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Margie, so much. Denny?
Just one, I'd like to make a public acknowledgement. Again, the 2021 Budget Committee. I'd like to personally thank Mary Astori, Linda Walls, Bev Epstein, Dave Fagan, Don Barrett, and Tom Willington for all of their input, for their dedication to the committee, being there on time, spending 2, sometimes 3 hours there working on this, hashing it out, wrestling with numbers that weren't working out for us to be able to put together the budget that I presented today. So to each one of you of the 6, I personally thank you very much for everything that you did.
All right, our one and only Rich Stratton.
Thank you very much. Only 2 things. One, we just talked about the phone numbers. Please, stop by, update them. I have 3 people, 3 numbers apiece, they don't work. So if I'm giving away some money, they don't get no money at all. because they don't have the right phone number, we can't call them. Second one is, you go to the pool, you sign in. I like to see the name, your regular name, not your nickname, not your buddy's name, but your name. The reason why, when we had this problem up there was 19 people signed in. I could only talk to 6 of them. The other ones, the 13, couldn't even reach them. So if there was a problem, whose fault would it be? I'm the guy that's trying to get the solution done, and I checked with the office, I checked all the records. No, numbers are all wrong. So please do me a favor, just get the name and the numbers correct on there. If it's a nickname, that's fine, so we can contact you in case the emergency arises. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rich. Also, one other thing that was not put on the agenda item before I get to the members' comments was a report from our code enforcement officer. Do you have anything? Okay, all righty, thank you.
No.
Okay, do we have any members that want to make a comment? Okay, Miss Epstein? Let me see, what are we going to do for a microphone? Hold on, Bev, the microphone's coming to you.
So you think I can't talk now? It's on already.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Beverly Epstein, Unit 6. I want to share my concern with the board, and the residents of Brookridge. My concern is that the board may be considering
Bev, can you speak a little bit louder, hon?
Sure. My concern is that the board may be considering hiring a for-profit security company to patrol Brookridge. Number one, Brookridge is not a crime-infested community. Number two, Finance Committee has just spent many weeks working on a very tight budget. Number three, I don't think the residents of Brookridge would be happy to have their maintenance costs go up for this service, nor do they think it's a necessity. Many of us have been in business, and we know that a for-profit company may offer you a great deal in the beginning, but after that, you lose control. This is not a cost savings. Hernando County Sheriff's Department is very responsive to our needs. I hope you will take all this into consideration and listen to our residents if you continue to pursue this need. Thank you.
All right, would you please give that letter to Arlene?
Well, it's not a letter, it's just my notes.
Okay, all right. Arlene, do you need that?
I don't.
You don't? Okay, all right.
Anybody else?
Thank you, Bev. Any other member have a comment? Okay,
Can I ask one other question?
Sure.
Do we have a new general manager yet?
not yet. We're working on that.
Okay.
Good morning. Vivian Blair, Unit 4. My question's for Mr. Bedoin. Could you please clarify for me? On the treasurer's report, it's always talking about fines and liens as like an income. Does that mean that people have already been charged and they're just not paid yet? Is that what that is?
That is correct. Those are fines and liens that have already been sent out, and just we're waiting for the payment on those. There are many, I will tell you, that are in arrears on paying fines.
So that's why they're considered income, but we don't physically have them in our coffers.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions? Okay, Paul Harrison.
Nah, mine's 1, 2, 3. Paul Harrison, Unit 4. I just want to ask you, I didn't get to ask you before the meeting started, we got cut off. The
Speak up, Paul.
The floor that's in the Publix, is that the color that we're going to get in the clubhouse, the exact same color?
I never go to Publix, Rich.
The color we're going to get is called Shoreline. Is that the same color?
Mike.
It's. I can talk loud enough.
What it is, it looks like the same as now. It's called Shoreline. It'll be only a 1% flake. So there'll be a light flake in there. When the lights reflect it, it'll be a nice reflected floor. And courtesy of Vince Pizzo, the side walls now have 4 coats, Vince? 6 coats. So those are going to shine against that floor with the lights. You'll think you're in some kind of a concert hall. If you're in doubt, these floors are in Publix, the floors are in WikiWatchy, and they're beautiful. And people are walking them all day long, but nobody ever looks down. You only look straight ahead. The only guys that look down, I'm going to mention right now, are Mr. Mr. Bennett. He walks with a cane, so he trips all the time on the tiles. And Mulvaney, same way, he trips with a cane. So those guys will be taken care of personally, meaning they have nothing to worry about. Thank you very much.
At the last board meeting, the gentleman walked around with that board with all different colors. That, I guess, was one of those colors on that board?
Yes, it was. Rich, do you still have that board? It was a different company, but we got the new company. We have a board from the new company.
I had the board here in the office for 2 weeks. It was up here also. Again, to stop by, if you have a chance at Publix, it's almost the same floor in respect. The color a little bit different. But it'll be very, very unique for this place here, let me tell you.
Well, I was just asking if that color was on that board that the gentleman was walking around with. He didn't stop long enough in front of the camera so we could see what it looked like. So
Was it the first gentleman? The one that we couldn't use because he had a problem getting the bonding?
Well, it was at the last board meeting.
At the last board meeting? Okay, it should have been, I apologize, we should have taken a picture of it. If Rich can get that board, I will have Petrona put it on the website and everything so you can have a look at what we're picked out.
It would be nice to let us know, the people know the color of the floor that we're getting, that's all.
Sure, sure. I think you'll probably give us all a raise over this.
I'm sure we will, but would it be
another zero on what we're getting.
anything's better than what we had, yes, but it would have been nice to see the color.
Okay, we'll get that out to the public somehow on TV and the website and whatever.
Whatever, that's all.
We'll get Petrona to work on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Paul. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Okay, Ken Walls.
Matthew has it. I'll find out from Matthew, get a picture taken, okay?
Okay, that'd be great.
Ken Walls, Unit 4. All I got to say is, I don't care what color it is, we're not going to trip over it, right?
That's correct. Unless somebody throws a beer bottle down or something.
Yeah, we got them labeled.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, then we can adjourn.
I do have a member
Danny.
comment to the Board of Directors. In accordance with Article 7, Section 9 of the Brookridge Community Property Owners Incorporated amended and restated bylaws, I do resign the office of Treasurer and additionally tender my resignation as a director of this Board of Directors, effective immediately. I wish the board well in its continued journey.
Oh, Dennis.
That's sad news.
That's a shocker. You've done so well. I please wish you'd reconsider.
That is sad news. Very sad.
I know you're an ex-cop, but can you be bribed? Okay, all right. Thank you, Dennis, for your service and everything you've done. You will finish out the budget thing and everything at the next meeting. You're done? Okay, Dennis. Thank you so much for your time. We've all enjoyed you. Okay, if there's no other further business, then I would like to ask for a motion that we adjourn. So moved by Margie Ellison, seconded by Ann Nutter, and all in favor say aye. Aye. All right, passed. Thank you everybody for coming. I'm hoping that next time we have this, we can have it in our clubhouse.
See you, buddy.
I know you had through